All right. And we'll pull up the video so we can see ourselves, kind of. Then if anyone comments, which could get fun.
So it only sees our hands unless we poke our head under?
Yeah. Yeah, unless you poke your head under. They're only going to see our hands. Yep. See? And it's going to be a little delayed. So what we're seeing there is slightly delayed from what everyone's seeing, from what we're doing. All right. We're going to give a minute or two for people to tune in. Those of you who are tuned in, Melvin Nelson, we got Mindy Brudecker Tanner are watching. Hi guys. Welcome to our online camp classroom. And Mancala with Antonio and special guest. My special guest here, Gwen. Gwen has thrown down the gauntlet, so to speak. Apparently Gwen is the champion at her house in Mancala.
Only at a specific type, though.
Only the specific type, which we'll talk about here in a second, because we found out through our doing a little bit of background history and research on Mancala, there's a couple different ways, a couple different popular ways to play it. So we're going to talk about that as we go through it. About a minute after, so we're going to go ahead and we'll talk about a little bit of history. We're going to talk about how to make a Mancala board cost efficiently at home, with social distancing and quarantine going on. And we're going to talk about how to play this wonderful game, which I was sharing with Gwen before we started. I thought about it, and I don't think I've genuinely actually played this game since probably 3rd grade. It's like 10, 11 years old. I'm not going to tell you guys how many years ago that was, because, well, that's just too much information. Alright? So, before we get into the nitty-gritty of everything, those of you watching, how's everything sound? Are we coming through well? Any big glitches, or do I need to adjust the camera at all? Can everyone see everything well? Everything coming in clear? I know you guys can see the tripod a little bit. I apologize for that. We were trying to get it zoomed in enough so you guys can see all the action. We won't have to move around too much. Alright. Got some more people joining in. Tracy's watching. Leisha Rowe. Good afternoon, Leisha. Michelle. Hey, Michelle. Long time no see. Rich is our most loyal viewer. I don't think Rich has missed a single episode of Online Camp Classroom. And I applaud him for that. I mean, it's dedicated. For those of you, if you don't know Rich, those of you watching, Rich actually did a nutrition video for us a couple weeks back. It was excellent.
Saw that.
Yeah, did you see that one? Yeah. It's actually up on our website and YouTube page. You can probably check it out. Nice little review. A really good introduction to nutrition and paying attention to what you eat. It was fantastic. I took some good notes off it. All right. Well, we're not getting any messages about sound, so I guess they can hear us just fine and see us just fine. So we'll go on into it. So just to get the snory stuff out of the way, the history of the game, because Gwen, just from Gwen's face, I can tell she's like, let's play, let's do this.
Yeah.
I don't blame her. So, basic, some quick facts, quick references. Some historians, notice I say some, because I know a bunch of you who watched my Ancient Game of Ur video will be like, wait, what? Some historians believe that Mancala is the oldest game in the world, based on the archaeological evidence found in Jordan that dates around 6,000 BC. That's a long time ago, in layman's terms. The game might have been played by ancient Nabateans. Try saying that 10 times fast. Nabateans. And could have been an ancient version of the modern Mancala game, so that's where our variations come from. The games existed in especially Eastern Europe. Ooh, interesting. Eastern Europe. Alright. The first evidence of the game is a Mancala board from the 4th century AD found in Abu Sharir. I might be pronounced that wrong, but I'm so sorry. A late Roman legionary fortress on the Red Sea coast, Egypt, or the Red Sea coast of Egypt. A fragment of a pottery board in Aksumite, Ethiopia, and Madara, now in Eritrea, is dated by archaeologists as far back as between the 6th and 7th century AD. That's a really long time ago. Its origins are rooted in ancient Egypt. Stone Mancala boards from 1400 BC have been found carved into the roofs of Kurna temples. In the roof? People up on the roof playing on the Kurna temples. In Memphis, Thebes and Luxor. The game spread from Egypt to many parts of Africa and then to the Middle East. Proof was found in Palmyra, Syria. Very cool. So this game is old. And it's a whole lot popular still compared to the ancient game of Ur. I will be the first to admit that. Because when I brought that up in the office chats weeks ago to do that video, everyone looked at me like, what? So we're going to talk about the modern version. There's a couple variations of play which we'll talk about real quick. So let's get started. So as you guys can see, we have a very crafty, very nice, well done game board here, made out of wood with the glass-looking pebbles. And then we have a milk carton. Obviously not as classic. The milk carton, though, is perfect for those of you at home if you don't have a Mancala board, because all you need for a Mancala board is a tray at each end, or a bowl, as you can see, and 12 slots to put everything in. Which, when you take away the lid from your egg carton, bada bing, bada boom, we got a Mancala board. That easy. And then you just need some stones. Now, depending on the way that you play it, you might need 48 stones. You might need 42 stones. All right. Now, the way that it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty proud of this egg carton Mancala board for what it is. We might be playing on this guy though, just for a little bit of an easier visual watching, because these are pretty deep in. All right. But for those of you at home, if you want to play Mancala yourself, all you need is an egg carton, 2 bowls, or you can use cups, and some small pebbles or rocks. And you can get that out, you can get that in your probably find that in your backyard or in your driveway or out the roadside. Just make sure you're being safe, especially if you're by a roadside. Alright, now the version of Mancala that I found the rules for, alright, is set up here on the wooden board, where we have on each side, on each row, you have a slot with 6, a slot with 7, and a slot with 8. Alright, towards the middle. And essentially how this works is we're going to be moving counterclockwise, which for us is this way. Hopefully I'm not moving my hand too fast. Yeah, there you go. Very good. Very good Vanna White action there. Alright. And you'll notice that you have a first row, which we'll call our A row. And you have a second row, which we'll call our B row. Alright, and A is moving towards, alright, this spot here, this tray. And that's going to be where A is racking up the points. And B is heading this direction, trying to deposit in this tray, where B is going to be racking up the points. Now how it works is, say Gwen were to start with the first turn. We'll say ladies first, being polite as we are. Alright. Or maybe she'd be like, no, you go first. I want to see what you do. Who knows? Well, usually you flip for it or you roll a die or something like that. Which, now that I come to think of it, I think I forgot to bring a coin or a die. Shame on me. We'll figure out something. But she would pick a slot that already has some stones in it, and she would pick up all those stones and start working her way counterclockwise, depositing this one stone at a time in a slot. And every time she passes her tray, the B tray, she would deposit a stone that will stay there permanently. That's a point earned for Gwen. Alright? But every time she passes mine, she does not put a stone in, because she's not going to just give me points. That would be ridiculous. It'd be appreciated, but it'd be ridiculous. Alright? Now, an interesting rule we found with this version of Mancala is, say you have your final stone from your hand and you drop it in an empty slot. Alright? That, as long as it's on your side, that stone immediately gets transferred to your point tray. And the stones next to it, across from it, in the other row, also get nabbed and go to your point tray. Which both of us were like, what is going on here?
It seems like it'll take forever.
It does seem like it'll take forever. Or be horrendously quick. It's hard to say. Alright?
Yeah.
Whereas if your last drop is on your opponent's side, obviously that's just the end of it. Also, if you capture, in this version, if you capture and gain points, you get a second turn. You only pass on to the other player if you end your turn without making points on that last drop. All right. And the point of the game is to play until either the A row or the B row is completely empty. And once you get to that, you count up and you see who won. All right, and it's best out of 42 potential points. Then we have, and we'll show this on our homemade set. All right, the proper version. And Gwen, could you give us some more background information on the proper version?
This version is easier to think of because you put 4 in each hole, and you start in any hole you want to start in. Now, when you drop 1, when you finish your turn in an empty slot, then you just have to stop your turn. You can't move that into your bin. But when you drop 1, when you finish a pile in your slot, in your bowl, then you can start again and pick any one you want.
We got an extra one, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
We can replace this tiny one.
Yeah, get rid of that ugly one. Well, you can't just leave it in your bowl. That's like a free point.
Okay. Okay.
You just toss it over. See if you can make the tray. Oh, so close. Yet so far. All right. So we have our options. We could play through a very interesting version, but not the most familiar version, or the classical. Do you want to do the classical since you're a little more familiar with it?
Yeah.
I could go either way. All right. So if you pay attention to our homemade board, from the looks of it, that's plenty in view. But we'll move it, make it a little easier for people to see. You know what I'm saying? I want them to know we're playing legit here. All right. So obviously, I get to start. I'll be starting in row A. Gwen will be utilizing row B. So Gwen's going to be trying to fill up this bowl, and I'll be trying to fill up this bowl, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now we just need to figure out a way to pick who goes first, and I think I have an idea for it. We're going to flip. I got a business card here.
Oh, and in this, don't you go just like this?
Yes, it's still counterclockwise. Yeah. So that's one similarity, at least, is so consistent.
Yeah,
so
at least.
we'll flip the business card if, how about this? If the printed side lands facing up, I'll go first because my name's on it.
Huh.
If the blank side goes first, Gwen can go first because her name's not on it.
Sure.
Makes sense to me. All right, and I don't know how well this will flip. It might land not on the table, so bear with us. I promise we'll tell you who won.
It didn't flip at all.
But okay, maybe we need to use something else.
Yeah.
It's
I
always
bet you my
important-
dad has a coin.
He probably does. Actually, do I have something in my
Doesn't look like it.
drawer of wonders?
I could go downstairs.
Well, you gotta have something. Oh, Corey joined.
Oh, good for
Oh,
Corey.
good for Corey. What do we have? Sometimes you gotta improvise. You know? A bag of cherries.
Yeah,
We
sure,
have this
why
bag
not?
of sweet dried cherries.
Yes,
All
we
right.
do.
So we're gonna throw it off camera because I don't want to hit the camera. And what side do you want to call? Cherries or nutritional facts?
I'll have nutritional facts.
All right.
I mean, you can't go wrong.
Gwen's got nutritional facts. I've got cherries.
Oh, do you need a coin save?
Oh,
No, coin save! Yeah! Nathan Scott Branner, CEO, always providing. All right. Gwen's gonna flip. Wait, you gotta call it first, though.
Okay. I call heads.
I guess I'm stuck with tails. All right, whoever gets it. What do we got?
Tails.
Tails. 20 to go first. Now I get to pick from any of these options. Now, do I have? Obviously I have to pick a slot that has rocks in it. I do have to take all the rocks, correct? I don't get to leave any.
Yes, take
Okay.
all of the rocks.
So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm channeling my inner Tony in third grade
Oh, okay.
of where to start, and because I'm trying to dump here, you're trying to dump there. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a gamble, and there's probably someone watching this that's like, Tony, no, that's the wrong start. But we're going to figure it out. And I have to drop one in each.
Yeah.
And it gets me a point to start off. Alright, so not a bad start. So
now you get to go again.
And now I get to go again because I landed one in. Ooh, okay, so that's another rule similar between the versions. So maybe I'll do this guy. Oh, but I'm not going to get... Well...
You can't go there.
Oh, because you touch it, you take it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing chess.
Oh, and another rule is you
rule
can't really count. That's basically cheating.
Ah, okay. So I can't visibly count. 1, 2. All right, and that ended without a point, so it is now Gwen's turn.
No, because now you get to pick up that.
Oh, because I dropped on a full. See, I'm learning something new every day. I'm not a master of all games.
I am.
I am just a guy. Oh, you are?
Not of all games, but of most games.
Most games, okay. Oh, God. See, this is the one downfall to the egg carton version of the game board is I have big fingers, and that's a tiny spot. 1 into the bowl, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then so I picked that up. Oh, my jeepers.
Some turns can go for 5 minutes, 5 minutes.
Holy smokes.
You always get lucky by getting first.
By going first, you got an advantage. So that's a good lesson tactics-wise. Getting to go first does have advantage in this game.
Yeah.
I know if you guys remember, those of you who watched the chess video, there's some debate on whether or not the first move in chess, starting out as white, has true advantage, or if it is, or if it's just kind of a fluke. Which I'm sure, if you looked it up, there's plenty of math that's been run on that. And so, game's pretty straightforward flow from everything going on here. And then there. So now I've finally ended.
Yep.
Just dropped a piece. Now is officially Gwen's turn. And that's just one turn.
Yeah, you can get a lot from one turn. Sometimes, my first turn, I get a solid 15.
Solid 15 one turn?
Yeah.
How?
I'm good at this.
Apparently.
It's also about luck.
Is it about... I feel all board games or games like this, there's an element of luck, but there's also an element of strategy to it.
Strategy.
You know?
And luck. And playing a lot.
Playing a lot. How many years of experience do you think you have in this game?
Ah!
Oh.
Not much, actually.
Not much?
No.
I don't know, you're showing a lot more experience than I do. You're already up 5-3.
Ha.
Goodness.
I can play this game.
Apparently. You guys might be the first witnesses. Well, not the first witnesses ever, but you guys are going to be witnessing Tony getting royally smacked down by Gwen in Mancala. Alright. While Gwen's continuing her turn,
Yeah, I am.
Another interesting name for Mancala is some people know it just as the game of Kala, spelled with a K, K-A-L-A-H. Really depends on where you're at as far as the pronunciation or the full proper name of a lot of board games, actually. You think back to the video on the ancient game of Ur, which some people call it the ancient game of Ur, some people just call it the game of Ur, some people even call it the game of kings.
You know, I even have tiny hands, but it's still hard to grab all of
Yeah,
these.
that is because these proper, like, professionally done, if you want to call it that, boards, they're perfectly shaped so they're not too deep, so you can just swoop up the
That's
pieces.
mostly my sister's board, but
Yeah.
wow, I'm not done yet.
Tracy says you play how she does. And she's still going. Like, she's already at 7-3. I'm losing 7-3.
I told you.
You weren't lying. No, you weren't lying. You were on top of it. This is impressive.
Thank you. I enjoy this game, so I play it a lot. Well, not a lot. I only play it when my sister...
Oh, was it my turn?
Yeah.
Holy
I
smokes.
ended here.
That was forever. All right,
Thank you.
I'm going to pick up right here. Because I can pick up anywhere, right?
Yep, anywhere.
Alright. I'm going to drop, drop, drop. Ooh. We'll see how this goes. Now, if you had to say a strategy you had for this game, go ahead.
First turn, there is no strategy. Just pick which one you feel is best.
Make things
But
happen.
second turn, I always go for the one that has the most.
Ah.
Because that gives you more turns, which is more likely for you to end up in your bowl.
Yeah.
And you most likely don't end up in a blank space.
Yeah, because then you end up in a blank space. So you think a middle space is probably the less ideal spot to end up?
Yeah.
Got 3 there.
Oh my gosh, I put these in and it looks like a smiley face.
That's awesome. Let's see if I can catch up on this turn.
And the eyebrows right there. There's
How-
one eyebrow.
That's pretty. You're gonna shoot for a second one. Now you can't force it. You gotta let it
I know.
happen. It's gotta be natural. How many turns do you think the average game of this lasts?
Oh, well, if you have not long taking forever turns, for one person,
Ooh.
15, at most 15 turns.
15 turns?
20, 15 turns.
20, 15. We're only like 4 in. I don't know. I've lost count. This turns
Unless you get really lucky like me and get a lot at once.
Fair. Alright, we'll pick this guy up. I'm just kind of going with what feels right at this point.
Hey, do you have more than me? You might.
It's possible.
Uh,
I don't know. I haven't been counting. I've just been focusing.
You have 8. I have 2. We're tied.
We're tied.
Tied.
Ooh. Go ahead and take that. I'm just eyeballing, guys. Like, strategy has gone out the window.
Hey.
I'm just kind of going with what feels right. That's my strategy right now, if anything.
You know what I don't understand? How a lot of stones are so flat.
I don't know. I wonder if all these were found or if some of these were from a bag. I think she mentioned that some of these came from a potting kit.
Then this one probably did.
Yeah. Ah. All right, that's the end of my turn. I landed a single in there. Where are we at? We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. 10 to 8. Oh gosh, I barely took the lead there.
Barely, and you won't for much longer. I'm not lying.
You gotta watch out when you play Gwen in a board game. She is.
Ah, I dropped 2 in there. Wow,
Ooh.
that time. Not so lucky that time, but
Okay.
I'm 9 to 10.
9 to 10. You're trailing, but only by 1. Let's see if we can do this. I don't know. Feel free to comment to post in the comments if you guys think who you think is going to win. You know, mid-game predictions here. Mid-game predictions. This one might have too many for what I'm hoping to do here, but I don't know. It's such a rush. Oh.
Mancala chooses who wins.
My,
Oh no, you ended here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to carry these 2.
Ah.
And your turn is done.
Goodness. 12. Okay, 12 to 9. We got a lead of 3. But the game is still young. Anything could happen here. For those of you at home, if you have everything you need to assemble it, this is a game you could. Once you get hooked into this game, there's no end.
Nope, never.
You're playing and playing and playing.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, what about show off?
I'm not a show off.
But
Mancala just likes me.
Oh, okay.
You abandoned it when you were in 3rd grade.
There was so much to do.
So, Mancala doesn't like you anymore.
Oh, that's not nice.
Yeah, it's true though. You abandoned Mancala.
Gosh. Okay. I'm going to jump in here. Hopefully this pays off. Now, in this version of the rules, the way that you usually play, it's just until you clear the board?
Yep.
Goodness. Oh, that's my turn. Your turn.
What?
Tactical, yeah.
I'm so good.
We'll see. We'll see where it goes. It ain't over yet, Gwen.
Oh, yes.
Cheapers. Alright, my turn now?
I'm gonna count 2, 4.
Well, going off that, so if I move this here, so now I have to pick these.
I have 13. You have 14. I have 13.
Ooh, we're keeping this game close. I'm surprised, because I figured I'd either, with the theory I went into this with, I figured I'd either have a really proper lead, or would be quite properly behind you. And I am surprising myself, even.
You're gonna end at a bad spot.
Yeah. Right there at the end, everything's spaced out. Now, I'm sure if we looked into it and looked it up maybe in a later video or a follow-up, or if anyone wants to look it up on their own, there's got to be some kind of math behind all this. You know, there's got to be a statistics margin that someone follows.
Calculating everything would basically be cheating.
It would. It could be, or strategic advantage. Depends how you look at it. Alright, my Atlanta.
You know, thinking about it, the other game is basically the same game, but a different setup at first, and one or two different rules.
It changes the flow a bit, I imagine. And those of you at home, if you want to, take some time, try both versions, see what you like the most, because it could go either way. Counting it up. I forget what decision we made at the beginning of this turn, but it is paying off a little bit, I feel. Is that everything? I can't tell. Alright. Drop. Set no count. Okay. Let's see what Gwen does. This is getting intense. Like, not only is it warm and humid today, but just the intensity of this game has got me going.
Because I am so much better at it than you.
Oh, we're talking trash now. Oh, yeah. I see how it is. Alright, we're gonna grab this guy.
And even if I don't lose, I will just say this egg carton does not know that you abandoned Mancala when you were in 3rd grade.
Oh my Atlanta. Ah!
Ha!
Yeah.
It's coming back. The egg carton heard me.
It must have. It's playing feisty. Okay. Okay. You got a dead zone there. You gonna be able to make it?
Nope.
Ooh. Got saved by the bell there. I'm gonna go here. Drop. Drop.
Mancala at the end.
Let's stand up there.
Ha!
Okay.
Let's just start with that.
No, might as well. Oh, you kind of set up there.
And then that. It's okay where I end, because where I end is a good spot to end.
Yeah. Where do you end? Oh, shenanigans. Okay.
You can move that, but it would be short term.
It really would be short term, And there's only so much we're gonna be. I'm gonna jump here. Boom.
Oh, okay.
And even though I didn't make a point,
Yeah.
I moved some stuff out of the way there.
Boom, boom. You actually helped me. I got 2 that time.
Maybe. Playing the long game. Playing the long game here. Okay, let's see what we want to do here. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to jump on this guy.
In the end, when you only have 1, it's just move it that way, move it that way, move it that way. Oh, yay, lucky me too.
Oh, you made a point. Okay, we're getting near the end here, folks. This is intense. No wonder everyone likes this game. A lot of people like this game.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's a setup
that
for Gwen.
first.
We'll see how this pans out.
Boom.
I don't foresee this ending well for Tony.
Ha!
All right, well.
I'm a very lucky human sometimes.
Are you? All right.
Oh, okay. Alright. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna.
And this you can only move once.
Well, I get to move it up.
Oh, yeah. Alright.
Oh, I should have. Yeah, I should have done that differently. Okay, well, we'll do it this way. Haha.
Alright.
Fair. Fair. Where's there one over here? I'm like scraping here for a point.
No.
Oh, you
I
touched
have
it.
to
Ha
now.
ha ha
Yeah.
ha ha.
Yeah.
Those rules. This ending is just gonna be. See how it plays out.
Go ahead.
Might as well do that. And then I know where this is going. that fateful final pebble making its way.
Oh!
No! And we're right now. Neither of us have been counting our bowls, so this could go either way, folks.
Oh!
It's going Gwen's way.
Yeah!
All right, so now we gotta count up, see who did the best.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How many do you have?
23.
24.
All right, guys. So that's the basic game, gist of the game Mancala. Like we talked about, there are many versions and many ways to play out there. So, explore, look around, see what you like. For those of you watching this on replay on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. Thanks for joining us for another rousing episode of Online Camp Classroom Live. Thank you, Gwen, for joining me today. Hope everyone's staying safe out there. And we'll see you tomorrow at 4. Peace. Oh, man,